Go 7A state title game, the Original Grills kickoff. Elevate your grill game at Original Grills. Returned by Grimsley and out across the 35-yard line. That's where the drive will begin. Hudson Cooper on the return. And here is the senior outgoing quarterback, the superstar for the Whirlies. Face. Loss of a yard on the first play from scrimmage. Penalty marker is down. Darting to the right side, Michael Williams. And he gets stuffed down by this Clayton defense. Akadron Krumel up from his cornerback spot to take care of it. As we get
overs against their opponents.
Krumel, number 13. He is a lockdown corner, almost never targeted because he's that good. 3rd and 11 for the Whirlies. First possession of the game. Now we'll get an idea about Brandon's arm. He rolls left. There's some pressure. Tries to escape. Still backpedaling. Down he goes. Combo sack. Blackwell and Stansel. And the Clayton Comets defense makes an early 90-second statement in the 7A title game.
Watch Keyshawn Stansel, number 8, just winning up front, getting in the backfield. And that allows Williams to come over and make the play. The defensive line off to an excellent start for the Comets, winning up front.
So a 3-and-out. Stansel spotlighted with good cause. Bouncing snap gets through to the punter and it's sent away, but it's a weak punt, but does take a whirly bounce into Clayton territory. Rolls down to the 45, but the Clayton sideline is already on fire, Jay. Love what they saw the first couple of minutes from their defense.
Well, the Whirlies spend so much time on their special teams unit, one of the best in the state as far as that third phase of the game. And right now it's going to set up good field position for Aiden Smalls in this offense coming out on the field for their first drive.
Well, Smalls in the regional final accounted for all 5 Clayton touchdowns, 4 on the ground. He ran for 183 yards, threw for 178 and 1 score. He's heading to NC State next year. And a first down run out to midfield. Noah Smith on the carry. Let's get to the offensive starters for Clayton, presented by Affordable Dentures and Implants.
You have Smalls and Smith in the backfield in the running game. They've been good all year long. Ferguson, Campbell, Ruffin, Fiore, wide receivers and tight ends, and Robinson, Lopez, Mendoza, Barth, Flores, and Kapazi up front. The challenge for them will be, can they have a consistent running game and have that balance here tonight? Top
target for Aiden Smalls has been Parker Ferguson, number 17. 2nd down. This is Smalls. Quick sprint left side. Gets close to the marker into Whirlies territory. Now the defense for the Whirlies.
Rogers, one of the best juniors in the state, along with Crawford, Wardlaw, and Bostic, Searles, Milner, and Barnes. Really physical front 7. Carter, Harris, Dupree, Jan, and Davis on that back end. They've got to come up and run support to slow down this running game tonight.
Affordable Dentures and Implants. Use your 2025 dental benefits now to get the smile you deserve. AffordableDentures.com for the practice near you. It is a first down. Now a toss, and it's complete by Aiden Smalls toward the right sideline. TJ Campbell, with 26 catches in the regular season, hauls in the first one from Smalls.
This is one of the strengths of Smalls' game, is those broken plays and creating something. They're getting out of the pocket and keeping his eyes up to find TJ Campbell on the outside.
Gain of 6. Now some personnel issues for Clayton. There's a look at Campbell. A lot of experience in the wideout crew for the Clayton Comets. 2nd and 3. Smalls sprinting ahead. First down and more. Down to the 25. Boy, he is big, he is strong, and tough to bring down.
Yeah, he runs so physical. Outside of the tackles here, zone read, and just holds on to the lap of the ball, pulls it back inside as Grimsley brings pressure from the other side. Their defensive coordinator, Joe Rigsby, trying to load the box to slow down the run game, and the Comets run to the opposite side to get away from that pressure.
Tip Top Roofing first down. Tip Top Roofing, faith, family, football, roofing. First down, Comets marching at the 27-yard line. Noah Smith juking a bit off the left side, and he'll get to about the 25, pick up a 2.
I think the #1 focus area for the Whirlies on defense is slowing down the zone read. That's one of the bread and butter plays for this Clayton offense, with Smalls and Noah Smith excelling in that area. There's Darryl Brown on the sideline. This defensive group has been stellar all year.
Comets trying to make an early statement. Oh, poor snap, just rolled through the grass precariously. Clayton Smalls dives on it. Either slipped out of the hand of the center. No, he kind of did. It's right off the fingertips. Break for the Comets. 35 degrees as we get going. There's no wind, but slick footballs as we've seen here the last couple of days.
3rd and long. This offensive line hack.
We'll see if this is maybe a defensive hold. Dr. King, our referee for the 7A title game.
Pass interference. Foul by the defense. First down.
It's defensive pass interference on the defending champs. Marking football down to the 14-yard line, so fresh set of downs, and the Comets are inside the red zone.
Here as Smalls goes to the outside. This is just one-on-one matchup, and you see it shove that left arm getting to the shoulder of Campbell. That's where the penalty was thrown. They saw that shoulder get pulled back.
So Patrick Carter, first down run. Not a lot here. Terrace Hobbs. Hobbs maybe one. So the Comets inside the Air Experts Heating and Cooling red zone. Schedule your tune-up today. airexperts.com.
Scott Chadwick calling in the plays. He runs the offense for the Comets. The challenge is trying to keep this defense off balance. So the plays to the perimeter, attacking down the middle of the field in between the safeties of this cover 2 defense.
Noah Smith in the backfield. Smalls calls his number, sprinting ahead inside the 5, driving, spinning, and scoring for the Comets. A resolute touchdown run by Aiden Smalls, and what a start for the Clayton Comets.
There's a certain intensity that he brings to a ball game. Watch him here. He gets hit and he's refusing to go down, just bringing the defender with him, driving his feet, and this is an excellent start for Clayton. First drive, they get a touchdown, and they really do the job on the ground up front with their offensive line leading the way.
13-yard touchdown run by Smalls. 25th for Smalls on the ground.
Here, and that defense coming out here for the second drive. I was impressed with the get-off from the front 4 and what Keyshawn Stansel was able to do.
And a short kick by the Comets, returnable. Oh, dangerous moment here. Cayenne battle for the Whirlies, takes it into Clayton territory and lets him know about it. Kind of playing angles and pooch kicks, but it did not pay dividends. Battle looked inside and followed the blockers wide, and a big return sprung for the Whirlies.
And setting up his offense with really good field position here on the second drive, and one of the senior leaders of this team. Battle does it on special teams and also out wide for his offense.
He's the top target, 45 receptions this year. This drive begins in Clayton territory at the 45-yard line. Brandon, hard slant across the middle, connects with Caden Cato, and Cato pushing his way down, forging to the 20. 25, quick and easy, fluid yards for the Whirlies.
Cato is so slick here on this route. It was a slant. He looks towards the outside, comes back inside, and it makes a man miss for a big gain.
One play right into the Clayton red zone, presented by Air Experts Heating and Cooling. Schedule your tune-up today, airexperts.com. Micah Williams ran for over 500 yards. He will get the call on first down, being pulled back by the Comets. They will give him forward progress for a couple of yards.
The challenge for this offensive line is, can we establish the ground game and get to the second level going against this front seven? And right here, the win is for the Comets. There's nowhere to go. Good job filling things up and multiple hats coming over to make the play.
Faison Brandon surveys the defense. 4 down linemen for the Comets. Brandon fakes a pitch. Flag is down, throws off his back foot, looking for DJ Howardson. Incomplete inside the 5. But an early flag came in as that play was developing for Brandon. The Comets doing well to get early pressure on Faison Brandon. They cannot allow him to have a clean pocket in 5 or 6 seconds to survey the field. He's too good with his vision. And this will go against Grimsley.
Foul by the offense. Replay, second down.
Second early penalty against Grimsley.
You can't let him be comfortable because he will hurt you, and try to get him out of the pocket, off his spot. Second and long coming up, but him and Howerton have a connection. This talented tight end who he's looking for on the last play.
So back at the 23-yard line. Second and 13 for the Whirlies. Brandon fakes, looks right, lofts it to the end zone, and unable to make the over-the-shoulder catch is Hudson Cooper. Boy, that's a tight ball that Brandon throws. Just missed his target by about a yard.
And with his arm strength and his accuracy, he can make these difficult throws, and the coverage is there. He's looking to go over the top. Ball just sails a little bit too far as the Comets were covering up Cooper underneath.
Now the 3rd down from the 23-yard line. Need to reach the 10 for the Whirlies, and we're going to get a timeout call. Faison Brandon looks over the Clayton defense. They rush 3. They're on the ground on 3rd and 13. Tripped up and dropped. Only a couple of yard pickup on the defensive stop. Jordan Ham got an arm around the ankle, and it's 4th down.
Ham over on the edge here just gets off the block, makes him miss, and then excellent job going towards the feet to force the 4th down. Grimsley's offense will stay out on the field.
Well, if you're running on 3rd and 13, you're keeping Faison Brandon and your offense on the field no matter what happens. 4th down, they need 10. Brandon runs right with time. What is he going to do now? He's in trouble. Brandon goes down. And the Clayton Comets have sunk the Whirly offense 2 straight possessions and get the football back.
And the coverage was there as Brandon was rolling out. He kept his eyes down the field, trying to give his wide receivers a chance. Here as he's flowing over, nothing is there, and then decides, I've got to take off and try to create, and then the speed of Keyshawn Stansel from the backside is too much. This defense is playing fast, Patrick, and they are running in packs.
But again, when you're talking about Faison Brandon, we're nitpicking here, but he's a better quarterback in the pocket looking downfield, not like that kind of dual threat quarterbacks that we see a lot of now across high school football and college football for that matter. Comets take over at their own 16-yard line, still up by a touchdown. And Aiden Smalls pulls it out of there, finds some room up the left side. Smalls sprints it ahead, big play out to the 35.
The Grimsley defense cannot allow Smalls to get to the outside. You've got to keep him inside and set the edge. And here he holds on to that ball, then cuts it back, and there's no help defender on the backside, and easily gets a 1st down.
I mean, we're seeing the contrast in quarterback styles on just those last 2 plays, right?
It's a different style. Both are successful, but with Smalls, it's more on the ground, mixing things up with his legs, and with Brandon, it's more in the pocket and using his arm to attack you down the field.
At the 35 option, pitch to the right side, and Noah Smith will pick up about 4. Drew Searles from his linebacker position with the tackle.
And Clayton's offense is at its best when their ground game is going, but it's not just Smalls. And Noah Smith needs to have a big game tonight. He's had a great year, and he's off to a nice start here. 3 carries for 15 yards.
And we haven't even whispered the name Parker Ferguson yet. Top target, the wideout bottom of your screen for the Clayton Comets. He will get in the mix at some point soon. Smalls goes opposite of him, a little bit off balance, and a mistimed lead by D'Angelo Ruffin. Fortunately for the Comets, that sailed over everybody's head. Third down for the Comets. Twice beaten in the regular season and once in league play. They got a first-round bye as the 3 seed in the East. Shut out New Hanover, beat D.H. Conley, took down Southeast Raleigh, and then the top seed Gibbons on the road last week, 35-32. Took a last-minute drive. Fake by Smalls, improvising, sidestepping, spinning over the 45-yard line. He's close to the first down. He's going to get it.
Wow.
How about that effort by Aiden Smalls?
This play was stopped from the Whirlies defense. There was nowhere for Smalls. Here on the backside, they closed it off. He turns over to the right, says, okay, I can find Delane. He was still short, and just a couple moves outside, back inside. He fought enough to move the chains.
There is just absolute determination right now by this Comets team, top to bottom.
When the play breaks down, that's when he's at his best, as Scott Chadwick looks on, and this offense has a rhythm to it, picking up another first down.
Out beyond the 45-yard line. Smalls, straightaway handoff. Noah Smith out to midfield.
With Clayton running the football, the Whirlies defense has to be prepared for the play action pass. They're running it, zone read, side to side, north and south, but they haven't attacked the safeties. They haven't taken a big shot down the field yet. You've got to make sure you stay disciplined on the back end.
And their top 2 receivers have game-changing speed with Ferguson and Ruffin. But so far, Smalls has only attempted 2 passes. Smalls diving ahead and still driving forward. Andrew Rogers, number 12, the defensive end, just could not stiffen up and drive Aiden Smalls back. He still picks up another couple yards when it looks like he's wrapped up and done.
With Smalls, he's a quarterback, but he has running back skills and toughness, wide receiver speed. He's a versatile player that's got a bright future at NC State.
3rd and short for the Comets. 2 minutes left, opening quarter. Clayton already up 7-0. Noah Smith tries the left. Doesn't get much, but he might get there for the first down. It's close. Here Crawford, the nose guard, making the tackle for the Whirlies. And no signal yet. And they will mark him a tad short. It will be 4th down.
Crawford, the talented junior, 6'1", 290. Making a strong tackle to force this 4th down. And you know the Clayton offense and Scott Chadwick are going to be aggressive here. Keep the offense out on the field.
Whirlies a bit on their heels, looking for a big play here. 4th and less than a yard for the Comets. Smalls under center, moving left, takes a hit, spins forward, and I think he's barely got enough. He took a hard hit, upper body near the shoulder, spun around like a top, and with forward progress, just has enough.
He was stopped again. Look at this big hit, and he spun as the momentum was coming, spun around to allow that to propel him forward, and he falls forward again. It's frustrating as a defense when you have it stopped, and the guy just makes a play.
We've just seen some absolute conviction by Aiden Smalls in this opening quarter for Clayton. They untangle the chains. It is a first down at the 44-yard line.
For Clayton, winning the time of possession and keeping the Grimsley offense over on the sideline is key here when you're picking up these first downs.
Smalls will keep it. He wants to throw. Haven't seen much of this yet. To the sideline, finds his target, TJ Campbell. Campbell pulls defenders inside the 20. That's 25 yards on that hookup.
When Smalls gets out of the pocket, you have to respect his ability to take off. Keeps his eyes up, and then there, Campbell just kind of hides behind the defense, and the linebackers are coming up to potentially maybe stop the run. He falls behind them. An excellent throw on the run, accurate. Now this offense is attacking through the air.
And a timeout taken by the Whirlies. Jay, this kind of feels to me like a standing 8 count in a boxing ring right now for the Whirlies. They've taken a couple of maybe unexpected shots from Clayton in this first quarter. And make no mistake, Clayton has dominated the opening 12 minutes.
I think good timeout by Daryl Brown, outstanding coach who has faced so many good offenses throughout the year, and his defense has had success with all of them. But right now, they're having some issues with Smalls, his running ability, and they're through the air starting to open things up. He wants to make sure everybody is on the same page and they make some adjustments, and they're in the Clayton huddle. Scott Chadwick is calling a great game so far. They're looking on his play sheet. Everything has worked to this point.
All right, let's go downstairs to Madison.
Well, guys, down here on this Grimsley sideline, well, the teams are in a huddle, but Nick Kashubara called a huddle of his own with the players that are manning the sideline. He said, you guys need to play your role. You need to get your teammates up. Even if you're not on the field, you play your role trying to hype up this sideline, guys.
And there's the big number 72. I mean, you can sense down on that field who's winning the battles right now, and it's not the team wearing the G on the helmet at this stage. And it's your captain, your leader, trying to fire everybody up because hey, this game goes by fast.
This is the final ball game, and Kashubara that's going to Appalachian State, and Daryl Brown talked with us this week about the intensity that he plays with and how his team follows his lead. And you see that leadership down there getting everybody involved.
Clayton, 1st and 10 from the Whirlies 19-yard line. Smalls will hold, spin forward, tackled a bit more assuredly that time by Grimsley. Small still falls forward for about 2. And again, when you see Clayton on tape, it's hard to simulate just how strong Aiden Smalls is. So it's maybe not necessarily a tackling issue, but they now, I think, have gained a lot of respect for just how strong and difficult it is to get him down.
And he is tough. He'll get over 20 carries in this ball game, and he gets stronger as the game wears on.
Full head of speed. Noah Smith gets cut down behind the line of scrimmage. Big tackle for the loss. Guy Van for Grimsley.
Guy Van shoots in the backfield. Good job winning with the inside leverage to make a big play and get the tackle for loss.
And that will draw us to the end. Second quarter begins. 3rd and 10 for the Comets at the 19-yard line. Aiden Small throws on the run and completes right in the goal line. Threw it low and behind Austin Dalton, the intended receiver. 4th down and a decision for Scott Chadwick. Nate Lunger is their field goal kicker, but he missed 6 of his 9 attempts this year. And they're going to keep him on the sideline. So they will bypass the 36-yard field goal attempts and keep Aiden Smalls and the Comet offense on the field. 4th and 10. Let's see if there's any kind of pressure brought by the Whirlies. And we get another timeout. This one taken by the Clayton Comets. We'll keep it here. One play into the second quarter, so a big discussion on the sideline for the Comets. A reminder coming up, the affordable denture.
Inside the 20-yard line. Now you're going to spread things out here and give Aiden Smalls the run-pass option. I would roll him out, try to attack through the air. If it's not there, see if he can pick it up with his legs.
He has yet to look Parker Ferguson's way. Is that time now? They need to reach the 9-yard line. Whirlies bring 4. Smalls pump fake, now releases too high, incomplete, and the Whirlies get the stop.
This defense standing strong. Patrick Carter, number 7, in coverage, one-on-one to the outside. Aiden Smalls looking that way the whole time. The ball just sails. This Whirlies defense bending but not breaking.
And that's the first real kind of positive series we've seen from the Whirlies so far in this title game. So we get our 3rd look at face on Brandon, who's just 1 of 2 for 25 yards in the first quarter. But he is a threat anytime the ball is in his hands. On the ground on first down and submarine to about the 24-yard line, Jordan Davis.
As good as Brandon is, they've got to get the ground game going. Give their defense an opportunity to rest over on the sideline and set up the ground attack with their offensive line and try to give Brandon an opportunity to read this defense and get into a flow with his play action game.
Clayton has run 21 plays to Grimsley's 9 at this stage of the game. 2nd and 5, tons of time for Brannon. He'll improvise, and I believe he tripped himself and fell down right past the 20-yard line. There was a little seam there for him. It was available. And now 3rd down.
Yeah, there was an opportunity to get a gain here in the secondary. Really good in coverage. There was nowhere to go. Starts off on the left side, then comes back right.
Oh, he caught his own offensive lineman's foot right there.
Stansel was trying to track him down and sets up a 3rd and long.
Nick Kashabara, the right tackle. Again, jab with the foot. A phase on Brannon. 3rd down and 7. Only 1 first down so far by the Whirlies. To the right side, and a good job to the sideline. Good solid hands by Caden Cato. 1st down Whirlies.
Cato signed with Charlotte. This route, as he goes to the outside, is perfection. Comes back to the ball, 2 feet in bounds, possession. It's a professional route from the senior.
I mean, just watching the ball come out of Faison Brannon's
Smooth.
hands. It's smooth, it's powerful, but it's easy coming out of his hand. But that ball has some tight spin and power behind it. Jet sweep, Battle. Can he get the edge? He does a bit, and Battle into Comets territory. And now we're beginning to see the playbook open up a little bit for the Whirlies.
Going side to side, and this run was created from the blocking outside from Cato. You have to have wide receivers that are physical. There's Cato holding off on the outside, allowing Battle an extra gain there as he goes down the sideline.
And they marked him back a couple of yards back in the 46 of Grimsley. Stepped out before he fully made that corner turn. Tatum and Atkinson 1st down. Tatum and Atkinson, the heavy hitters. Brannon with some time, backside pressure coming, lofts it, has a man, Cato dropped it at the 15-yard line. Oh goodness. A tap of the chest. He would like a mulligan. Perfectly thrown ball to a wide open Cato.
The pressure almost got to Brandon. Gets it off in time, and this was a touchdown. 1. They always connect on. Just didn't work out there. But watch them, Patrick. When you have a play that doesn't work out, they may not do it now, but watch them to go back to that and give Cato another opportunity.
He's dying to have that play called again at some point later tonight. 2nd and 10. And we'll get a timeout taken by Grimsley at the 10:18 mark of the 2nd quarter. A touchdown reception just rocking in 10 at their own 46-yard line after a sure touchdown pass was just dropped by Cato. Brandon in trouble, spins away, doesn't get loose. And he's dropped for a loss of a yard. The pursuit has been there all game long by Clayton. That's Jordan Ham. But he and Stansel have caused all kinds of havoc in the backfield.
And Bennett Jones, the defensive coordinator for Clayton, changing up the looks. Stansel was playing middle linebacker there, coming on the A-gap blitz. And they got pressure from Jordan Ham on the edge as well. So things collapse quickly on Brandon.
And now Stansel's on that defensive tackle area. And we get another timeout. This one taken by Clayton. This is really interesting as far as like the chess match of this game. We're not seeing timeouts ahead of major moments. We're seeing kind of strategic timeouts ahead of key plays.
When I think both coaching staffs know how important these singular plays are when timeouts are being called and making sure their teams are set and everybody's on the same page as far as their game plan.
7-0 Clayton. A reminder at the end of the game, Jay and I will showcase the Legacy Federal Credit Union play of the game. Legacy and Wake Forest, we believe. 7-0 Comets. Aiden Small's 13-yard touchdown run midway through the opening quarter. The only scoring play we've seen so far. Clayton got deep into Grimsley territory a second time, could not cash in. And Grimsley now, it's been kind of a stop and start for their offense. They're not in fifth gear by any stretch yet. They did have a touchdown pass that was dropped a couple of plays ago. Still trying to find their traction and their rhythm offensively.
They need somebody to step up. They need that spark play, something to gain momentum. And they just haven't had any consistency yet. And a big reason why is because Clayton has dominated the ball, running the football, keeping the chains moving. They just haven't had opportunities.
And also the pressure of the front four. I guess front seven, if you want to include Stancil as a linebacker on occasion. We just saw a couple of plays ago. They are flummoxing the top college quarterback prospect in high school football, Faison Brandon. Third down, a long 10 to the sideline. Excellent throw, reception made. Jordan Davis takes it inside the 45-yard line, and that second effort is going to get him a first down.
This is excellent work from Davis. Initially, he didn't get this. As Brandon looks left, comes back right. He's short, and then a missed tackle, and then turn it upfield quickly. Allows him to get that first down, keep the chains moving.
Into the 44-yard line, first down to Worley's. In motion, there goes Davis. Straight up the middle, big run. And the ball, though, comes loose near the 20-yard line, out of Brandon's hands. Recovered, though, by Grimsley's Cain battle. Faison Brandon, first and goal for Grimsley.
Nice work from William, just prodding here, reading the defense, going up the middle, then bouncing it to the outside, seeing the gap on that right side and finishing the run.
First and goal, back into the hands of Williams. And he'll take it down to the 6.
For Grimsley here, they're relying on their offensive line that's starting to get a push up front. Earlier on, give the side to Clayton winning that battle, but right now the trenches, watch that offensive line getting up to that next level, getting their double team blocks up to the linebackers.
Second and goal, they mark it back to the 7. 4 receiver formation, 3 to the left. They isolate. Brandon will keep, and he goes down right around the line of scrimmage. Boy, he's not getting much time to set up and evaluate. Stancil got in there quickly again.
He's going to Miami. And watch number 8 here, fighting one-on-one block, shoves him to the inside, and then collapses down on Brandon.
Third and goal. Yards tough to come by right now for the Whirlies. Slot left and right on third and goal. Brandon across the middle. Catch is made and then tackled into the end zone by Daniel Lovelace Davis. Touchdown Hudson Cooper and Grimsley.
This is extra effort from Hudson Cooper. This is a slant route, gets inside of the defender, and then as he's being tackled, keeps his balance and lunges into the end zone. And a strong response from the Whirlies.
Tenth touchdown reception for Cooper. He will hold on the extra points. And James Huamato will knock it through. 7-7. 7:20 remaining first half. The Whirlies have awoken and have drawn level in attendance. We're ready now for the Original Grills kickoff. Elevate your grill game at Original Grills. Center return for Clayton. Drive will begin around the 25-yard line. Well, the Whirlies thought it was going to be to their advantage, the fact that they won a championship last year on this field. Took them a little bit of a while to kind of find a little bit of rhythm. They seem to have found it now. There's the Scoring drive, 81 yards, 12 plays.
I think you could see the experience of being in this title game last year show on that drive. They were down 7-0, things weren't working, and they picked up a couple key third down conversions to maintain that drive, and then a couple big plays on the ground from Brandon, and then Cooper there getting in the end zone.
We did see some similarities for the Whirlies in that last drive to what we have seen from Clayton so far, as Smalls will take it past the 30 for another strong run. And what I mean by that is a lot of extra effort, second effort, yards after hits that we saw from Clayton in the first quarter. We saw that from the Whirlies offense in that last drive.
Smalls now 70 yards thus far in this ball game on the ground. So he's having success with the zone reads. When Scott Chadwick is calling his number, he's finding opportunities on the ground against this front seven.
Pickup of 7 on that first down carry. Smalls will give it off this time to the left and bottled up quickly and driven back. And now we're starting to see the defense for the Whirlies going to stand tough as they snuff out Terrace Hobbs.
Drew Searles, the senior linebacker, one of the leaders, comes up here to make the play along with Van. And this defense now getting better push, staying in position. There was nowhere to go.
Tell you what, Kashibara is still at it, exhorting his teammates onto the sideline right now, even after that offensive score. 3rd and 5. Smalls hands it off in the last second. More, that almost came out. That almost came out, and Kyrie Milner blew up that play like dynamite. And the Comets, a 3-and-out, will punt it away.
This ball is over on the side, and Milner right in that A gap close things up, and this defense now starting to gain more confidence stopping the run.
Boy, were the Comets lucky right there. That ball was pinned on the back of the hip of Noah Smith on that exchange. Lunger will punt it away. Clean snap. Gets it away. And this will take a couple of hops and pick up another 9 or 10 yards for the Clayton Comets down to the 26. 5:03 remaining first half, 7-7. So Faison Brandon back on the field. Another thing that really kind of caught my eye, impressed by Grimsley in that last drive. Remember earlier in that touchdown drive was the drop touchdown pass by Cato. It did not affect the psyche of the Whirlies at all. They could have cashed in that drive and said that was our shot. But no. Converted a couple of third downs, punched it in anyway.
Well, it starts at the top with Darryl Brown and that consistent mentality. Too high, not too low, and his team displays that thought process.
All right, drive begins. Brandon looking around, now has to improvise a little bit. He'll chuck it into the sideline, incomplete.
They're looking to go deep down the field to Cain battle, and the coverage was there along with the pass rush to force Brandon out of the pocket.
Tell you what, credit again to the pressure off of the defensive front four for the Clayton Comets. They are not allowing Brandon to settle in, take his time, step into some throws, and develop some momentum as the quarterback for this Whirlies team. They are making things very tough and slick for him. 2nd down, quick pass. Threaded it through to Cooper. He's over the 30 to the 32 before he's brought down by Amari Givens.
Jesse Tripp, the offensive coordinator, will use Hudson Cooper in different spots, out wide in the slot there on the quick slant, trying to get this Clayton defense with their blitzing pressure off balance, trying to get one behind that first line of defense.
3rd and 4 for the Whirlies. 3 of 5 on 3rd down so far. Clock approaching 4:20 for the half. Brandon, backside pressure, lofts it for Cooper. Can't make the over-the-shoulder catch. He's pleading for a flag, and it does come in. And this will go against the Comets. Malachi Birds on the coverage.
foul by the defense. First down.
And the eye roll by Scott Chadwick.
As Brandon's looking to highlight Cooper, and there you just see that right arm pulling on the shoulder, and good call as the flag comes in.
This is the football close to midfield. First down for the Whirlies. Here's Cooper on the jet sweep, running left, cuts it up in the hash, and is finally dragged down around the 42-yard line. Excellent extra effort by Hudson Cooper. That will be another first down, a pickup of 11. Now we've seen a couple of jet sweeps here in this second quarter for Grimsley. We've seen a lot of Micah Williams in the backfield as we see Cato come off the field hobbling on that right leg. We just got word that the Whirlies are going to be without Ty Shoemake, their top running back this year, over 1,000 yards. He's out in concussion protocol, and so that's why we're seeing Micah Williams a lot more and some more jet sweeps tonight in Shoemake's absence. And we get another timeout. This one taken by the Grimsley Whirlies. 3:36 left first half. All right, let's go downstairs to Madison, who has an update on Caden Cato.
Well, guys, he did miss a couple games due to an ankle injury, but we were told earlier this week that he is as close to 100% as he could be. But at this point in the season, like we all know, nobody is fully at 100. So playing through that, something to watch out for, something he's been dealing with.
I mean, even first and 10 for the Whirlies in Clayton territory. Comets dominated the first quarter. Now we're seeing the script flipped here in quarter number 2. Brannon, play fake, steps back, launches deep over the middle for Cooper, in and out of his hands, incomplete. Lovelace Davis on the coverage, no flag this time, although Cooper continues to lobby.
Fantastic work from Lovelace Davis. As the pressure does come, Brandon just having trust as he gets hit. Those two just going for the ball.
Lead by Cooper, who missed time as well. I mean, it looks like he thought that football was getting to him faster than it did. 2nd and 10.
For Grimsley, I think they need to get DJ Howerton, their Rutgers signee, involved in the game plan.
Here goes Brandon. We don't see a lot of this very often, but he dives ahead on a keeper to the 25-yard line. 17 for Brandon.
He's 6'4", 210 pounds, and he's got size, but you see the quick feet and the ability to get in between the tackles and go north and south and run over a defender.
And we have a Comet down, and is that Stansel who's down at the 35-yard line? No, it is Charles Smith. Well, there's a second Comet down at the 35-yard line. That's the one I thought was Stansel. I think it may be. That's Smith right there, number 10. There's a second Comet player down, face down at the 35-yard line right there. And yeah, that is Stansel. Scott Chadwick holding his breath. We cannot afford to lose Stansel. Smith is up. Good news. Stansel sitting up. And we'll take a look at the hit that took Stansel down. Good to see he's on his feet. Watch the screen. Upper right-hand corner is where you'll see with number 8. Right there. And that's Kashabara.
It looks like he fell awkwardly on that shoulder.
Stansel takes the helmet off momentarily to the sideline. He will be out at least one play. Wincing a bit.
And if I'm Grimsley, the top pass rushers out of the ball game, I'm going deep right now. Double moves, I'm going towards the end zone and seeing if you can get something going through the air.
And here is Brandon. He will hand it off. This is Davis. Davis just before he started running downhill, tripped up. Shaheem Stevenson saved the big play around that left corner.
Nice job pulling. There's Howerton, number 9, with the key block on the edge, as well as Kosi Barnes, wide receiver spot, clearing the path.
Gain of about 8, and inside the red zone again. 7-7, 2:40 to go first half. Defending champion Grimsley and the Clayton Comets. Here comes Brandon, hard angle to the right side, dragged down near the 5-yard line. We talked about his ability to throw the football, an NFL pocket pass prototype. I didn't expect to see as much kind of quarterback draws as we're seeing from Brandon tonight. We've seen it 3 or 4 times now very effectively.
Well, this is a dimension that he can bring in. He can get to the outside and win with his speed. And right now, I think for Grimsley and Brandon, his balance, running and throwing, they're starting to play more in rhythm. And I think the goal here is score a touchdown, but leave as little time left as possible on the clock for Clayton to get a drive.
First and goal, Brandon looking to do it again, to take it down for a loss this time. And it's Jordan Ham off of that defensive line for the Comets.
Cedric Sanders in the ball game, along with him getting pressure up the middle.
Penalty marker on the play. Meanwhile, for the Comets, Stansel has just now returned to the field. He is walking on for this next play. There he is. Call.
Illegal formation. Foul by the offense. Penalty is declined. Second down.
Comets decline the penalty. Second and goal. Back at the 10-yard line. Face on Brandon. A lot of options here. Space to run, certainly space to throw, and one more whistle. And we will get a timeout taken with 1:41 remaining in the first half. But have all timeouts been exhausted here in this first half? The Comets are walking toward their sideline, and now they're coming back. Did Chris Webber call that timeout, Jim?
I didn't see him here before the game. I think he'd stand out on the field if he was there.
Maybe. So the teams return, and the clock is wound, so no harm, no foul. I will say this, I'm sure the players are not cold at all down there in the field. The officials must not be either, because they're really taking a long time to adjudicate the penalties, tell us what's happening. Here we go. Brandon, through some traffic, navigates, fakes, takes a hit in the shoulder, then gets buried around the 3. Well, there is calm poise about Faison Brandon right here. Did not panic as things got a little testy.
There's a calm pace with which he plays, and nice job using the fake to try to get to the inside and spin move, and keeps his balance.
Second half underway. Original Grills kickoff. Elevate your grill game at Original Grills. And a returnable kick by the Clayton Comets and cut down around the 35-yard line. Nice return by Clayton's Charles Smith. And good field position for the Comets. All right, offensively for Clayton, what are you looking for in the first couple of series?
I'm watching the line of scrimmage, and Daryl Brown talked with Madison going into the halftime break about Clayton winning in the first quarter. He said that would be addressed at the halftime break. We'll watch the O-line and the D-line going against each other to see who's winning that battle.
All right, Aiden Smalls, senior quarterback for the Comets. And And Smalls comes in motion, a direct snap to Noah Smith. He dropped it and then gets dropped for a couple of yard loss. I'll take it back now as Carson Jones, number 7. They had Aiden Smalls off in the slot area. He then came across in motion, and Jones couldn't handle a wide snap.
Clayton uses this set with Jones coming in the ball game and 2 quarterbacks in, and they'll both be on the field here for this next snap.
Jones will stay in there, number 7. There is Aiden Smalls. A loss of 3 on the first play here in the third quarter. It's Ferguson in motion. And there goes Smalls, set out to the right, now back in motion. Another fumbled snap, it's loose, and it's covered up by the Whirlies. An absolute disastrous first 2 plays out of intermission by the Clayton Comets, and they have donated field position to the Grimsley Whirlies.
Just not able to gain this ball, and Cassius Bostic comes back here, shoots into the backfield to gain possession, and now the offense will get the ball to the 26-yard line.
And what a disastrous beginning for the Comets. Whirlies football off of the turnover at the Clayton 26. Now can the Comets defense make a stand? Brannon looks to throw toward the end zone, and it's intercepted inside the 5-yard line by Clayton. Jaheim Stevenson, the savior for the Comets. Whirlies and Comets meshed up together near that Clayton sideline. I mean, I'm still shaking my head. The first 2 offensive play calls by the Comets to begin this third quarter. And then you have Faison Brannon throws a pick on the very next play. And the officials still gather to discuss what the result of this is going to be. We'll see if we can get a shot of what happened toward the end of that play. This clearly could be a personnel discussion for these officials right here. There's the Comet with the biggest defensive play of the year. Jaheim Stevenson with the interception. All right, well, here's going to be the call. It's all been sorted out.
After the play, personal foul on Grimsley. Personal foul on Clayton. Those fouls offset. Sideline warning on Grimsley. First down.
So in other words, irrelevant. And Scott Chadwick, again, I mean, he's been 212 degrees most of this second quarter, now into the third. He has not been assuaged at all by the officiating crew tonight. And there's Darryl Brown talking with one of the other officials about how that play was resolved. So offsetting personal fouls on both Grimsley and Clayton. And then an irrelevant sideline warning on Grimsley. So the Comets with a massive interception get the football back at the 30-yard line. Color me unsurprised that Carson Jones is back on the sideline for Clayton after those 2 snaps were mishandled and led to the turnover. Deep ball over the middle, tipped and knocked away. Evander Davis, number 6 in the coverage, got a wrist and a full hand on that pass from Aiden Smalls.
This was a flea flicker, and they were going to the trick play. This ball is handed off to Noah Smith, pitch back to Smalls, and they were looking for a deep post. The coverage was there on the back end. Disciplined secondary play from the Whirlies.
2nd down and 10 from the 30. Smalls fakes the handoff, now reverses field and dragged down for a big loss. Down goes Smalls, who wants a face mask. I don't see a flag coming in either. Andrew Rogers blew it up in the backfield.
Rogers, one of the best junior pass rushers in the state, just sitting on the backside.
It's a full face mask.
He got his face mask.
And Smalls was sitting down, looking at the official, tugging his own face mask. That's another missed penalty on the Whirlies. Loss of 3. Smalls, 4-man rush, finds some room on the right. Pumps, throws a dangerous ball across the middle, and it's intercepted. Makayan from the Whirlies steps out of a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Grimsley. On a dangerous ball across the middle, across the body of Aiden Smalls, and Makayan took the butterfly out of the air and took it home.
A 4th interception on the year for Jan. He just comes up the middle from his safety spot, jumps in front of the passing lane, and it's off to the end zone, and a huge play from the junior on the back end.
That's a play of the game nominee for the Legacy Federal Credit Union play of the game. The Legacy and Wake Forest, we believe. This has been a maddening start to the 3rd quarter for both teams. Couple of turnovers, but 3 of them within the first 2 minutes and change. Fumble, interception, interception. But the pick 6 for the Whirlies as they try to go up by 14. And the extra point bang through. Makayan, field position out of this kickoff. And taken down back around the 32-yard line. That's Aiden Smalls on the kickoff return. And let's go downstairs to Madison.
Well, guys, that unsportsmanlike was called on number 51, Michael Miller, and he came off the field very frustrated, and it took multiple staff members and, of course, the leader, Nick Cashubaro, to calm him down. Clearly upset about something that's happening on the field, so keep an eye on that part.
So Clayton will start this drive at the 33-yard line. You see now the Comets kind of pulling no punches, putting Smalls back to return that kickoff. And Smalls is back. Carson Jones back on the sideline for the Comets. So back to the original personnel packages that we've seen from the Comets most of the day. Now we get a whistle. A marker is dropped right in front of the Clayton sideline.
Before the snap, ball start on the offense. Still 1st down.
Push the Comets back. Scott Chadwick is beside himself at what he's seen from his squad really the last, 12 plus minutes, 15 minutes now. Pressure coming up the middle. Smalls holds on to it, bumps off, stays on his feet, and goes nowhere. Pursuit was there by the defense for the Whirlies. Amira Harris Dupree, number 20, right in the mix. Whirly is down. It's Andrew Rogers. And Rogers seems to be clutching his knee. Both teams at the sideline, an opportunity to kind of regroup as they take a look at Andrew Rogers right at the 27-yard line. He's a key member of this Worley's defense.
One of the top juniors in the state, 6'4", 250 pounds, coming off the edge. In a lot of pain.
.7 the lead for the Worleys. And Rogers still being treated on the field. And you can see that hand is up over his face mask and over the eyes. Feeling around that right leg. You can see him trying to delicately maybe flex that knee, test the ankle. We'll see if we can get a look at the hits and the injury for number 12 in dark blue right in the center of your screen around the 30-yard line. Goes down. It's landed on by one of the offensive linemen for the Comets. What do you see, Jay?
It was just that right leg as he was getting pushed down. Didn't necessarily see.
He immediately grabbed that right
but
knee.
there was extreme pain as soon as he tried to get up.
Corey Robinson, number 75, was the offensive lineman, the left tackle, who came down on Rogers, who immediately reached for that right knee and putting no weight on it as he leaves the field. So the junior assisted off the field. I mean, you hate, we've seen several pretty major injuries over the last 24 hours here with these 4 championship games that we have seen. A lot at stake, but in the kind of new age of high school football across North Carolina, across the country, even more at stake in terms of futures and college and income and potential revenue. You hate to see that happen to anybody. We resume on second down. Smalls was the decoy again as Carson Jones comes back onto the field for the Clayton Comets. We've seen him now for 3 snaps today. What are they trying to accomplish here?
Well, they've used this package throughout the season, and Jones a strong thrower, and Smalls goes in motion, but the coverage was there. Smalls will line up at running back when Jones is in the ball game, and out at wide receiver. Right now, he's in the slot, right in the middle of the screen.
Third and about 15. Jones in the pocket, escapes, fingertip catch is made on the sideline by T.J. Campbell. And Campbell out beyond the 45-yard line, and that second effort
Huge play.
will win Clayton a big first down.
And Patrick still down 14 points here early on in the third quarter, but that was a huge pickup to continue this drive.
And now another Worley is down. And the athletic training staff comes out to have another look at another Worley who's injured. And quickly up, Tristan Wardlaw. moving that right arm very much, but under his own power, back to the sideline. A lot of stops and starts in this third quarter, turnovers, injuries. Here's a look at Rogers, who appeared to injure his right knee a couple of plays ago. Comets for the first down to the 46-yard line. 8:19 left, third quarter. A loose ball on the exchange, and the Whirlies have it. That's the third faulty exchange we've seen from the Comets in this third quarter. Shaden Wardlaw, the recovery. And that snap never got through. It looked like it hit off of River Fiore as he made a break in front of Aiden Smalls, right off the arm.
Just too many mistakes coming out here in the third quarter, and Clayton not giving themselves a chance, and now a golden opportunity for the Whirlies to firmly take control of this ball game and stretch out their lead.
And the last time we saw a Clayton turnover, we saw it was on Brandon throw an interception on the next play. Not this time. A loss of a yard, maybe two.
Would not be surprised if Faison Brandon tries to take a shot here and go deep. With Clayton reeling right now, I would be aggressive.
And a whistle blown. Flag on the far side of the field. Jay,
they were going deep there, too.
Where has the rhythm of this game gone?
Boy, I'll tell you, I think both sides wish they could get a flow here. It's been the turnovers on each side, the injuries, the stoppages.
Before the snap, false start. Grimsley, still second down.
This just hasn't been fluid after a clean first half.
That'll push the Whirlies back outside the 50. Second down. Howardson resets as the left wing. Brannon, time to throw, loads it up deep over the middle, and he finds Cooper. Cooper inside the 30, tackled to the 26-yard line.
You see a strong throw from Brandon, but this was created from the offensive line protecting up front. Clean pocket, plenty of time to diagnose the coverage as a deep dig route over the middle from Cooper, and he gets open.
So from a 2nd and 17 to a first down, presented by Tip Top Roofing. Out at the 26-yard line. Whirlies up by 14. Looking to stretch it out further. Handoff on first down. A couple of yards stacked up. Micah Williams. Seems like after every play, there's a struggle for one or more players to simply get to their feet here.
It's been a physical ball game, and we expected both teams who have shown toughness throughout the year to come out and this to be a fight. And it's been as advertised. Grimsley right now taking their time as the play clock winds down.
2nd and 7. Battle goes in motion on the jet sweep. Battle angles hard into the sideline. Stays on his feet. And now a late flag comes in toward the side wall. Stancil is over there. And I think he may be pleading for one of his teammates there. As Jaheim Stevenson was also on the chase. Deep into this, Williams penetrates the 3-yard line.
After that slow first quarter, Grimsley starting to really pick things up on the ground, now over 100 yards on the ball game. -6 after the first quarter.
Ball spotted at the 4-yard line. Second and goal.
Spotted Williams back at the 4, second and goal. Worley's knocking on the door of a 3-score lead. Brannon runs right, escapes one tackle, noses forward as a flag comes in. And Brannon was left a little bit short. And again, some pushing, some shoving, some barking, and yet another flag. And there's Faison Brannon kind of pointing Stansel's way. At this stage, if this continues, Dr. King's going to have to change out the batteries on his microphone for all these future penalties.
This has not been a fluid second half.
A very impatient and annoyed Scott Chadwick. Impatient with the penalties and the calls, annoyed with probably his team's performance these last 18 minutes or so. Is it me, or is this taking extraordinarily too much time?
These players are ready to go.
Yeah. Quick word with Chadwick. And we may need to replace the batteries. Fans getting restless as well.
It's on.
Let them know.
This week, the West Coast action heats up when the Rams meet the Seahawks in a huge divisional showdown.
Off to the races, made it look easy. When we come to town, we gonna let them know. Going deep, and that's caught. Touchdown.
Stream Thursday Night Football. Rams, Seahawks at 7 p.m. Eastern, only on Prime.
And perhaps we have a call now.
During the play, holding on the offense. That penalty is declined. Third down. After the play, personal foul on the offense. 15-yard foul. Third down.
That was a 5-minute discussion.
There has to be more to that, but still, that was too long of a stoppage for me.
So it's now 3rd and goal, and Darrell Brown let's just pray 5 minutes don't elapse between that drop of the penalty flag and the call. And at this rate, we're going to see Santa's sleigh across the sky before this game ends. And it's December 12th.
You're on fire right now.
Now, again, for all of these officials working these state championships, this is not a crew that got an opportunity to work as the same crew for a state title. So these officials are working together with each other for the first time. And here's the call.
2 live ball fouls on the play. Intentional grounding on Grimsley. Personal foul on Clayton. Those fouls offset. Replay 3rd down.
Offsetting penalties. Chadwick losing his voice.
Well, let's see here as Brandon goes back and throws this ball. Where's the personal foul?
Didn't see that. Maybe off screen.
It wasn't on Brandon because he didn't get touched.
Nope.
But the flag was back in that area. So is that the grounding? I don't know as we play on.
3rd and goal. Here's Brannon with a little bit of room. More flags rain down. Brannon is planted at the 10.
Brandon scrambling to the 10-yard
A couple of
line.
flags are down back around the 20-yard line on the right side of that line of scrimmage.
This looks like a hold against Grimsley.
I mean, we cannot get through back-to-back plays without penalties in this 3rd quarter of the 7A title game. This resembles more a week 1 experience than a December 12th. This will go against the Whirlies. Again, were it not for that personal foul on Grimsley, they would have had, what, a 4th and goal at the 1-yard line. Then they got pushed back. Then more penalties. And this is still a goal to go. Clayton
Holding on the offense. 10-yard
will take the penalty.
Replay 3rd down.
Push the Whirlies back to the 26. I mean, if somehow the Comets can get out of here without the Whirlies scoring, still right in this game.
Oh yeah, I mean, and that's got to be the goal. If you're a defender right now, no points. So 2 more stops.
Oh, motion on that defensive line. The hard count and the bite by Stansel.
Stansel trying to get off the ball.
Snap. Encroachment on the defense. Still 3rd down.
That's an easy call, but a smart play from Faison Brandon, getting back yards with the hard count. You see a little hand motion there, gets Stansel to jump.
3rd and goal now from the 21. Brannon puts it on the ground. Micah Williams to the 15, sprints to the sideline, bumped out around the 10. That will bring up 4th and goal. Grimsley's field goal kicker, Chase Hulonzo, has not missed this year. He's 5 for 5, and he's coming on the field. So this will be a 27-yard attempt.
Darryl Brown looking to make this a 3-score game.
5 of 5 this year. His long is 33. This will be from 27.
They may have to call a timeout. They're missing a player.
And just runs onto the field. Play clock down. Jordan Ham, number 6. And now to the 5-yard line. The field goal crew will stay on the field. So this will be a 22-yard opportunity to make it 24-7. Snap, hold is good. And the kick is drilled through. 24-7. Chase hold on to a 22-yard field goal. Whirlies go up by 17.
And that was a key field goal, now 3-score game. Darryl Brown in control right now, coming out here. After that first quarter, their offense has started to settle in, doing enough and taking advantage of some of the mistakes from Clayton. I'll tell you, the Comets have to regain things here on this drive. This drive has to result in points.
This game kicked off about, what, 8:10 or so? 2:20 in. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Who needs to go to church tomorrow, Jay? We'll still be airing this game. Scott Chadwick was telling the officials, hey, we saw the replays right up there, pointing to the other end of the video board where all these replays are being shown.
They feel like those calls didn't go their way. They were wrong. That they need to use that as motivation coming out here now. This kickoff return to kickstart things.
Original Grills kickoff. Elevate your grill game at Original Grills. 24/7 Whirlies. Short kick. Fair caught. And the drive for the Comets will start just short of their own 30-yard line. 24/7 Whirlies lead.
I think the message right now from Scott Chadwick is a motivating words of encouragement to his team right now to get him going and say, hey, listen, we still have time. We're down 17. We've got to get a touchdown here. Let's worry about ourselves right now. Let's not worry about the calls.
Aiden Smalls back in at quarterback for the Comets. Quick pass to the right side. Ruffin can't break free. Ruffin goes down. Maybe lost a yard. Now see Barnes on the tackle for Grimsley.
Barnes, 6'3", 200 pounds on the outside in the secondary. Just a physical defender, getting off the block, making the tackle, and he has done that throughout this game tonight. I've been really impressed with the toughness that he shows when he's got to come up to make a hit.
Comets trying to regain some composure here. Smalls darts wide. Can't get in the corner, slowed down and pile driven back.